All right, listen, first things first, not everyone's going to agree with this video. If you clicked on it, maybe you feel the same way. This is solely my opinion on the corporate culture, corporate BS that I just want to talk about my personal experience with, and I think how other people are starting to feel as well. Again, if you love your job, if you've got a good job, this video probably just isn't for you. But I really just want to talk about how brutal it is, that the stuff that I'm seeing on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on just from friends and family in their own networks, and how like brutal their bosses and upper management are. It literally makes me cringe. And if there's ever been a video that's my most controversial, this is probably going to be it. So strap in. I just want to talk about some points that I saw in the professional world that is just the worst. And the first thing is the fake kind of persona or professional culture that these people put on, right? The nature of corporate meetings, the endless freaking Google slides or PowerPoint presentations that solve quite literally nothing, people just talking to hear themselves speak, the fake enthusiasm and forced team building events, and we're such a happy family. It's like, it is retarded. It is so stupid. And I look at it, came from LinkedIn. My initial spark for this video, I was scrolling LinkedIn on the weekend, which I barely do, and I don't know why I did. It's honestly worse than freaking TikTok at this point. It is like, I'm sincerely happy to announce that I have accepted a new position as a HR manager at blah blah blah. All the comments are just, I literally thought they were bots. And you're sitting there and you're like, is this fake? And then you scroll down and you're like, congratulations. Oh my God, congratulations. You're so successful. This is amazing. Thank you. Like, this is so great. And I just like batching myself in the head being like, what is going on? And that whole persona is so fake. I've seen it firsthand. I know what these companies are. You're not a happy family. The second shit hits the fan, or some budget cuts need to be happening, it's like, who the hell do you think are the first people getting cut? It's always you. It's always people who aren't C-suite or at the executive level or director level, VPs. Like, everyone looks out for themselves, but it's like the second something happens, that's when you're getting cut. And it's laughable to me, especially when things are going well, that there's this huge high, there's this huge wave, the terms, the synergy, the paradigm shifts, the put a pin in this, can we look at this, can we trek back to this, let's take this offline. It's just the cringe terms, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what are you talking about right now? Well, what is happening? Like, this is why I left this shit. I can't stand it. It's brutal, man, and you see right through people. Once you start sensing it, I almost bought the Kool-Aid early in my career, but after a couple years in, I was just like, dude, I'm so sick of this. I know exactly why you're saying this. I know exactly why you're trying to hype people up, when in reality, it's all BS, it's all a facade, it's a giant smoke screen. And again, I'm not saying every company is like this, but a lot are. Right? And I've been having console calls. This is the kind of official announcement, if you will. Today's video is sponsored by nobody other than me. This is the first time I'm officially plugging my own console calls in a video. I've taken some absolutely incredible ones the last few days with people who either have a business already, are like micro celebrities in their own niche on YouTube and doing really well and printing cash. And it's just that the niches that I'm seeing that make money is absurd. And I want to help, with you, anything business, finance, content related. Be happy to chat with you. The most recent one, the whole reason this, kind of sparked it, was a guy working 9 to 5 and just realizing he absolutely hates it. And he's built a solid side income for himself. And he's at that, peak moment where it's just enough to leave and like actually consider quitting his 9 to 5 or just staying the course a little bit longer. And I recommend it. Actually, he's got really good investments, really good savings. He's got great cash flow. I recommend it. He quit that thing and he move on. And this is where this all kind of came from. So listen, if you're interested in chatting with me directly, link is in the description. And let's get on to the next points. I think the other big one, and this is for people, I've taken calls before where they're making $150,000, $200,000, $250,000 a year. And that's what I call like the golden handcuffs or the salary trap, right? Your salary is deliberately kept low so you don't, or almost kept like a just enough to pay your bills, to save enough. And then you're like, man, but I know I want to be more creative. I know I want to have more of an outlet and actually enjoy my work. I'd rather make $100,000 a year than doing something I love than $300,000 a year doing something I hate, right? It's that simple math. And not everyone can say that. And that's where it's like, dude, you are born to be an entrepreneur. You need to do this. Trust me. And people who don't have freaking high salaries, they're purposely keeping you low. They don't want you to job hop because they know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to find 9.9 times out of 10, you will find a higher paying role doing probably the exact same thing for another company by literally just going somewhere else. As crazy as that sounds, versus staying put in your current role, right? Your hard work rarely translates to any, higher compensation. It barely happens. The illusion of these annual raises, that barely beat inflation. It's laughable. It's like, yeah, I got a 2% raise. It's like, well, you're not even brother, you're not even beating inflation at that point. You're not even keeping up with what the world is turning into, right? Or the psychological manipulation of, you should just be grateful for this job. It's like, dude, if I had any leader or management or boss say that is my hard flag to just walk away. That is like, okay, this is not going anywhere. You need to walk at this point, right? A couple other points is like the career progression mythology. It's like the broken corporate ladder. This is probably going to be in the thumbnail. It's like corporate ladder. No, it's a freaking corporate cage, dude. It's a corporate box that you're trapped. You're not going anywhere. And promotions are way more about politics than actual performance. It's literally laughable. It's brutal. Mediocrity gets rewarded while like actual real work and talent gets way overlooked. It's so stupid, and it has nothing to do with actual skill. You will not be paid for your skill. You're kind of paid on how much you kiss ass, as messed up as that sounds. It is the God honest truth. And then that kind of goes on to the next point where it's like, it's just soul crushing. It really messes with you. It's like that totally kills your creativity, totally kills individual thinking. Meetings that could have been emails, the whole thing, and you're meant to conform and almost be conditioned to like, nope, you got to stay within this box. You got to do it. And then that, goes on to the next point of your freaking mental health, man. Your mental health is, completely in the shitter. You're anxious, you're frustrated, you're also trapped, and you don't want to have an honest conversation with your boss and be like, hey, I know I'm not, as valuable as I hope I am, and I'm not getting paid as much as I want to, right? And then it leads to burnout and all these different things. So I don't know, man. It's brutal. If I can offer any perspective, it's just research this as much as you want, or just know that it's like entrepreneurship offers like a real level of true freedom that nothing else can. I don't care how much you're getting paid, and how you can create your own value in the marketplace for everything. What I said earlier about the niches, there are people making money in ways that you couldn't even fathom in like every niche, for freaking like pets to freaking IT and like weird computer gizmos and all these different things, man. There's so many ways to make money, and the skills that the corporate world would actually prevent you from developing versus entrepreneurship. So anyways, the gameplay's about to end here. As always, if you've made it this far, I want to see you win. We'll see you in the next one. Any questions, leave them below. Thank you for watching.